It's the coldest walk so far. If my voice sounds muffled, it's behind a scarf, and the microphone placement is dubious. So I don't know what I sound like. However, I'm going to walk and see how this goes. As you can see, it's minus 24 Celsius. Wind chill is minus 34 Celsius, so that's minus 11 air temperature, and the wind chill is minus, what was it? 27? Something like that. 29? 29, I think. But still going to walk, see how far I can get. I'm well bundled up. It's mainly my face. My legs will be a little chilly, but I can keep them moving. And we'll see how far we get on our usual walk along the lake here. If you check in, let me know how I sound. It's a little later than I usually walk. It's been a morning. Because of the cold, the car that's supposed to go to the auto shop today didn't start. Well, I have a booster pack for it, so it's easy to boost, except of course that hasn't been plugged in for months. So it didn't have enough charge to get it going. So it turned over, but I couldn't keep it going. So while I'm waiting for that to charge, then I was trying to call the auto body shop to let them know I'd be delayed, and couldn't get through. And when I finally did get through, it turned out their power had been out all morning. So all of those things conspired to keep me from walking right away. I may wish I'd put on long underwear. I just thought you'd like to know that. The rest of me is warm. My legs are already cold. But legs don't seem to feel it as much. So yeah, if you're there, or when you're there, haha, there I go. Can you hear me? Is my sound okay? The sound's been quitting, like the external mic has been quitting on me. Yesterday I was only about 5 minutes in, and it quit and switched to the camera mic. The good thing is, I tend to still have sound when it does that. The bad thing is, it's not the sound I paid for. That's good. So far, so good then. I've actually got an external mic with a cable. Yep, there, see, it just disconnected. External mic just disconnected. I'm going to unplug it completely. Get it in my pocket, both of them. I don't know what's doing that. I suspect I have a bad cable. So I may have to try replacing the cables, see if that does it. So now we're on just the camera microphone, the phone mic. Which is fine, but it'll pick up a lot more wind noise and might be a bit more in and out. Oh, right. Now the thing's out of balance too, because it had more weight at one end than it does now. Just give me a minute. You know, I thought about just not using the external mic today for this very reason. And I thought, well, maybe it'll work this time. Okay, I think that'll do it. It doesn't seem to be jerking like it was there for a minute. These gloves back on. Okay, off we go again. Yes, no, don't point over there. Point over here. There we go. Good gimbal. So if it's not one thing, it's another. This thing worked perfectly for so long, and now recently I keep getting these little niggling problems. It's very annoying. Anyway, we'll walk along the lake until I decide it's so cold I have to turn around and come back, is the plan. I hope the sound is still there after all that. Will we see dogs? That's the question, even on a day like today. There can't be battery on the mics because they were both fully charged. They clearly work, because they work to start with, and then they disconnect. Now that seems to me like a cable is quite likely going to be the issue. I think you're not really supposed to put extension cords across the sidewalk, but not exactly a high traffic area. That's because the cars are plugged in, lock meters. And had I plugged in my silver car last night, I would have already, I might still be walking about now, but I would have gotten it to the body shop. Okay. Hear one thing without having the special mic, probably get better ambient noise and hear the crunch of the snow. It's a cold weather sound. Big bulky gloves on. Yeah, long johns. That's what I forgot. Then I'd be fine. Ish. Anyway, look at the fresh snow that we had just a couple of days ago now. I think there's more coming. It's supposed to warm up quite a bit on Wednesday and then snow again. Like warm up to around freezing almost with snow. Hello, Mohammed. I hope you can hear me okay. Mic problems this morning, so I'm just on the iPhone microphone. And yes, it's minus 24 Celsius. Wind chill is minus 34 Celsius, which is minus 11 Fahrenheit air temperature and minus 27. So, I put it on the title of the video because I figured that would attract attention. Over the footbridge. We're well past sunrise today. It's about 8:50 or something like that. Looking east, looking west on the creek, as I always do. You could do a time lapse almost at the times I've stopped at the creek because of the cold. I don't know that I'll go as far as I usually do for my creek walks. Well, it looks like they've at least run some sort of sweeper over the path here. Also, I noticed yesterday my battery went down much faster on the phone. So in the cold, battery life might be an issue on the phone and the gimbal. The other fun thing in really cold weather is ice starts to build up on your mask or your scarf I've got across my mouth and nose. And I can actually feel it. The breath comes up from under the mask, under the scarf, and hits your eyelashes and freezes. So your eyes start to get, you can feel a little resistance every time you blink. It's a weird sensation. First time it's been cold enough to do that today. And this is not by any means record cold, it's just cold for us. Minus 24, not that bad. Minus 34, that starts to be pretty cold. Below minus 40 Fahrenheit, which I've seen. Usually we get very close to minus 40, at least once a winter. 2 or 3 nights maybe. Minus 30s, much more common. Minus 20s, very common. Wind chill is quite high, and yet there's not much wind. It doesn't take much at lower temperatures for a little bit of wind to really cut through you. Enough, so keep going. Hopefully when I get back, that booster pack will be charged and I can boost my car that's supposed to go to the shop and get it over there. Body work, nothing serious. I feel that my fingers are getting chilly. I'm the one holding the gimbal, so I'm going to change hands and give that one a chance to do a little extra warming up. It's warmer to hold it by my side than it is to have it up holding the gimbal. I haven't seen any dogs being walked this morning. That's a first. To get this far along the dike and not see anybody. Yeah, this is the other problem. Sure, you dress warm, and sure, it's cold, and you got the wind chill, so you got to dress warm. Then as you start exercising, trapping all the body heat, so I'm both cold and hot at the same time. Nobody playing ball. It's just blue sky. We often, when we have our coldest weather, it's actually very clear. Because it's usually a Arctic high pressure system coming in, and it clears out the clouds, and I can feel the wind chill on the left side of my body. Despite the walking, that side of my body, my torso is cold. It's cutting through my parka, which is kind of an old parka. Certainly they make warmer ones than this. I don't know if that's just air getting in from underneath, or if it's because of the wind on that side. Not much wind, fortunately. Well, I think I can carry on into the park on the other side. Wasn't sure. I think I can. see the frost on the top of the scarf under my eyes. Feel that ice on my eyelashes from time to time. I won't stretch this out the way I sometimes do to a full hour probably, but just do my shorter one, maybe just as far as Pasco Street and back, which is about 45 minutes, depending on footing. And it seems to be pretty good since they've clearly, okay, I'm going to switch hands again, because they've clearly cleaned the track here. Somebody tell me that you can hear me. I'm still a little concerned about that since I unplugged my external mic to make sure that the... Anyone? Anyone there? Say you can hear me. Push shoes, anyone? Nobody says they can hear me.